Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button to get notified every time I post a video. If you are new to my channel, I am Yammi, and today I'm making a video to talk about how I started my business and just kind of tips and tricks of what I did. And disclaimer, I'm not a pro at this. I'm not nowhere near perfect at this. I'm learning as I go. But I just want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how I did it, how I started, because I know I had a lot of questions of how I started and what I did, and I know a lot of my friends or people that I have on social media want to start their own business but don't know where to start and how to do it. So I think it'll be nice to just kind of do a video and help you guys out if you're trying to start a business and don't know how, don't know where to start. I hope these tips help you guys. The tips that I'll be giving is based on the state of Illinois, so I know every state has their own different types of rules. They're a bit similar to each other, so I hope some of the things I say help you guys out. So I kind of have my little notes for you guys here. There's a bunch of stuff. Get your pen and paper ready. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of information. Till this day I go back to my notes because I'm always like looking things up and just, you know, trying to learn because I'm learning as I go. Just giving you guys a backstory of my business. I am the owner of M&O Boutique, My Next Outfit, which is behind me, My Next Outfit. M&O Boutique does stand for My Next Outfit Boutique. I started about 1.5 years ago. So again, I'm learning as I go. Basically what I do is I buy and I resell, and I'll explain a little more in depth of how I do it. I had said in my previous video why I started it, and I will say it again, but I basically started it because I've always seen myself owning my own business. And honestly, I still see myself doing that. But M&O Boutique, it's a online store, online business. It's a small business as of right now. M&O Boutique, again, it stands for My Next Outfit Boutique, but behind it, it also stands for Mazzari and Ortega. And Mazzari is my last name, Ortega is my boyfriend's name. Me and my boyfriend are not married, but the backstory behind it is that his mom actually helped me a lot to start it. I came with the name of My Next Outfit. I thought it was just perfect. It just went with it, so I thought that was really nice. Me and my boyfriend's family have a really nice bond. We've been knowing each other for years, and before me and my boyfriend started dating, I knew his family, so I just known them for a long time, and I just have a great bond regardless of me and Adrian being together or not. I feel like we're always going to be in each other's lives no matter what. So that's the story behind it. So let me just get right to it for you guys. First step of how to start your own online business. Think about a business name. I know it's super hard of like trying to figure out a business name, because literally you have to think of one that you're gonna be like, wow, like I'm so happy with this, and people are gonna know you by that business name. So think about a business name that is gonna really, it just sticks out to you. You really want that for your business. So think about a business name. This also comes with having a business plan. I know at first in the beginning I didn't have a business plan. As of right now, I have more of a business plan. But have a business plan. At first I was kind of confused, like, what do you mean, like, how do I do this? Basically how I would say it's have a business plan is kind of like, where are you gonna get your resources from, what's your goal for that year, for that month. For sure your first year should be about growth. So try to grow, try to get your business well known, put it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever the case may be. Put it out there. I mean, at first people are gonna be like, what is this, you know? Just kind of get them curious. All those social media platforms, just to expand and people kind of know, like, hey, like a business is happening. I would suggest you guys doing that, because personally I didn't do that, and that's something that I regret not doing in the beginning. So for sure I would advise you guys to start doing that. Second thing is business structure. What do you guys wanna license your business as? So there's 4 different types of firms. There's sole proprietorship, LLC, partnership, and C Corp. So it just kind of depends on what you guys want to do. So again, there's 4 different types. You guys can search these up. So sole proprietorship, it's actually like, it's very straightforward. Many new businesses are actually under this organization. It's owned and run by only one person. It's typically a few, if any, employees. Sometimes people don't have any employees. For example, me, I actually don't have any employees. The only person working and it's owned by and run by is me. So there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages of the sole proprietorship. You guys could search these things up, but I'm just going to be straightforward. Different firms you guys can put your business under and how to start or where to start. So a partnership, it's very similar to a sole proprietorship, but with more than one owner. So all partners are liable for the firm's debt. And under partnership, there's limited partnership. So basically what that means is a partnership with 2 different kinds of owners. So the 2 different kinds of owners would be a general partner or a limited partner. An LLC, what it stands for is a limited liability company. So there's no general partner. All the owners have limited liability, but they can also run the business. For corporations, which is the last type of firm, a corporation is a legally defined artificial being separate from its owners. So basically it has many of legal powers that people have. It can enter into contracts, acquire assets, acquire obligations, and it enjoys protection. That kind of makes sense. If it doesn't, like, I would suggest you guys to Google it. And sometimes when you see like examples of these things when it's very new to you, it makes much more sense. So again, do your research. There's never enough things you can learn from starting your own business. So the business structure, again, there's 4 different firms. It's a sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, and corporation, which is also as a C Corp. So check those things out, kind of see where you want to start. But usually a small business or a business that's just starting is usually goes as a sole proprietorship. I'm not saying do sole proprietorship. I'm just suggesting that people, if you're trying to start something small, that's your way to go. And third will be register your business name. So once you have your business name and what you've come up with and what you're like super satisfied with it, you register your business name. For Illinois is the Department of Revenue, and you will only register it if it's different from your own legal name. So when you start a business that is your full legal name, you don't have to register it. My business is not under my name. I had to register it, so I put it as I'm in a boutique, which is my next outfit boutique. For like the state of Illinois, for my people that are in Illinois, you'll complete and mail the form REG-1. So when you look it up, just search up like business, register business name, a lot of things should come up. But once that's done, it might take a couple days. You have to wait for your business name to get approved. So once it is approved in the state of Illinois, it is required for you to publish it. So you do have to publish it in a newspaper or a recognized legal publication. Once your business name has been approved, they'll send you a letter, and it tells you kind of like the requirements that are needed in that letter. It will tell you you have to publish it after a certain amount of days. If not, it will expire and your assumed business name won't be approved anymore. So basically you won't have that business name anymore. Again, just grab one of your everyday people, like, you know, that leave newspaper in your house. Check the back of the newspaper, and sometimes they'll give you the option to call, give you the number, and then you could just put your business out there in the newspaper and have it published for a certain amount of days. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure how many days you need to publish it for, but in the letter that they send you, it will tell you how many days you have to publish it for. So the 4th step for starting your business is business tax registration. The business tax registration is very, very important. This is under the IRS. Why you do this is because you'll get an EIN number. The EIN number is like basically social security number, but for your business. This is very, very necessary for your business and to file taxes and returns. So you need that EIN to be able to, you know, do your taxes for your business. And sometimes like vendors will ask for it. This also goes with the next step, which is open your own bank account, which is the 5th step. So you have to open a business bank account. You just go in there and tell them that you started a business and you want to open a business bank account. So go to your preferred bank. They're gonna ask you for your assumed business name and your EIN number. 6 will be a seller's permit or a certificate of resale. For this one, seller's permit and certificate of resale, you will need that. It's super, super easy. But that's basically like when you go into it like a small business or like a restaurant, they have it sometimes framed. You have to take care of it very, very good. I swear you do have to take care of it. So a seller's permit or certificate of resale, you need that in order to be able to sell your products or your items. And this one is also good for vendors. So basically how I told you guys, I buy and resell, and they ask you for your seller's permit. Some do, some don't, but most likely they will ask you for a seller's permit. And also depends the type of vendor or the vendors that you're working with, but some do, some don't. So honestly, I didn't get my seller's permit after a couple months. It did take me a while again because I was learning as I go, but I do have the seller's permit, and that one's required for many, many vendors that I work with. And step 7, it just gets easier, guys, I promise. Step 7 is basically get your own PO box. This one's optional. I personally have my own PO box because if my customers have to return an item, I don't want them to return it to my house, only because I don't want them to know my address, my personal address. So this is very optional. I do have a PO box. I actually have the smallest PO box. There's many different sizes and each one has their own price, but I have the smallest PO box, and I would suggest you guys getting the smallest PO box because if you do have a big item that doesn't fit in the PO box, they'll have it in the back for you. They'll leave a little card, and when you take that card out, they'll tell you like, hey, like you have a pack, come, like, you know, come to the front desk basically. You ask them like, hey, like I have this, you guys have one of my packets, and they'll give it to you. So it's very simple. I would suggest you guys getting the smallest PO box. It will hold packages in the back room. 8, the website. So this one is very, very important to me. For me as a beginner, I didn't know like what website, and I was such at a, like, you know, short budget. But the website is very, very important. I was using Weebly. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with it. It's much cheaper than Shopify, but there's a lot of like downsides to it. There's not a lot of things you could do with Weebly. I've been using it for a while now. I'm barely moving to Shopify, but as I do have Shopify now, I could tell that I love Shopify. There's so many different things you could do. If you are, again, if you're on a budget, use Weebly. Weebly is not that bad. Or use Big Cartel. There's so many other options you could use. But I personally, as I'm moving to Shopify, I would suggest you guys using Shopify. Some of the vendors, I won't tell you guys some of the vendors that I use, only because there's so many, and there's so many vendors you guys could use if you're trying to basically start your own boutique. I use LA Showroom, Orange Shine, Fair. I have so many different vendors, so many vendors for wholesale. So basically you buy in bulk. They don't sell by one, they buy in bulk. So usually they'll come like 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, or 2 of each. It just kind of depends what it is. And these vendors, that's how they work. Usually those vendors, they do ask for like a seller's permit, or that you, or like an invoice that you've bought from other places before, just to know that, like, you know, you're legit basically. And if I'm going fast, I'm sorry guys. This is the first time I'm actually explaining this on camera or to anyone. So this is the first time I'm explaining it to anyone. You guys also want to have business cards. Business cards are really important. There's so many other cheaper options to, you know, to use. Ya me voy a desmayar. I use Vistaprint. So basically, like, I got my business cards from there. For like poly mailer bags and stuff like that, I used Amazon. So check out Amazon. There's so many cute options that you guys could do. Make sure you have a nice, you know, logo that everyone, when they see it, they know it's yours. So, you know, you have to come up with the logo. If you have friends that are web designers and things like that, they can help you with that. They can give you like kits and stuff, like, you know, for your Facebook, so that you won't have the pixels showing in your logo. When you start a business, you're gonna lose and gain some, you know. It just, you learn as you go. Ask questions. Like me, I'm just starting, but I'm always asking questions. So you guys could ask me, DM me, whatever the case may be. Don't be scared to ask me questions, and I'll go over this. So basically, think about a business name and your business plan. Register your business structure, which is 4, sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, or C Corp. Register your business name. That was 3. And then 4, business tax registration, which is the EIN. 5 would be open a business account. 6 is get your seller's permit or certificate of resale. And 7, optional, is PO box. And 8 would be your website. And I know there's so many talented people out there that want to start their business but don't know how, don't know where, don't know who to ask. Again, don't be shy to ask me any questions. DM me. I will put my social media platforms down below in the description, so you guys could always find me there. Ask me as many questions as you can. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video was very helpful for you. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.